And then I started doing AdWords, Google AdWords. I'd pay pay-per-click.
Yep.
I found very quickly that your website needs to convert and not just look pretty. And so I then redid my website, basically conversion optimization, and that was a big help. I started, because Google AdWords can get very, very expensive if you're not converting, and learned that lesson the hard way. But I finally got it converting, started generating some of my leads, and it was going well. And then I guess the third phase was, it needs to convert, but we need to do some search engine optimization. We started trying to build some organic leads and presence. Something that I feel like that's the foundation. Because the thing with Google AdWords is, when you stop paying the bill, you turn it off, nothing happens. I mean, it's all gone, and everything, all that money that you've spent, there's nothing there.
Talking with the experts.
Hello and welcome to Talking with the Experts. My name is Rose Davidson from rosedavidson.com, and Talking with the Experts is about all things business by business owners for business owners. And you can find it on all good podcasting streaming platforms and on YouTube. And today my guest is Steve Glaze. Now, Stephen owns a siding business in the US, and we don't call it siding in Australia. I think we just call it
Cladding.
something.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome, Steve. And we're going to be talking about growing a small business. He started from absolutely nothing, and how he's grown his business to over $1 million a year. So, yeah, welcome, Steve, and tell me a little bit more about what you do.
Thank you, Rose. It's a pleasure to be on here. So we are a small family-owned home remodeling business. We focus on the exterior of the home. We sometimes call it siding. We sometimes call it cladding.
That's what we call it, cladding. Yes.
Cladding, yes. And so, that's the primary business. We also do roofing and gutters and basically anything on the exterior of the home. And that has been the focus of our business. And we've been in business now this is year 5. 2021 is year 5. And my background is I was a salesperson for another home improvement company, and so that was my strength. And so in starting this business, it was just about originally it was just about finding a lead, or getting the phone to ring, or how do you get your first person to go talk to, because I feel like if I could talk to enough people, we get the business.
Mm-hmm.
And so I focused very, very much on marketing, and that's been kind of the key to to growth, I think.
Yeah. So you started the business, so you worked for somebody else, then you went out on your own, obviously.
Right.
So what prompted this change in direction?
Honestly, the company I was working for was having a lot of production issues. So I was selling it. Everything was going great there, but then as far as them producing the jobs, there just seemed to be always problems, and I just felt like I could do it better. And so I'm somewhat of a perfectionist. I'm very things have to be done just a certain way, and it's always the right way. And so I guess I just needed more control. And so that's why I did it, and I can control all phases. And now that I'm growing, I'm realizing that I've got to give up some of that control again, and grow. But I can still, be in control, and let people have their control within the parameters I set, and that makes things work really well.
Yeah. So how have you progressed in the last 5 years? So you went from a startup to over $1 million a year in 5 years. That's an incredible feat. So how did you get from that to that?
Well, at first, they have services here where you can purchase leads. You can actually, there's companies that they will advertise online, and then people call them and say, hey, I want an estimate for putting new cladding on my home, and they will sell that information to 3 different contractors. So that's what I had to do to start off with, because I just need, it takes time to build up a marketing. But so I did that to start off with. But then I originally built my first website, and I always say it was like 3 different versions. So the first version was, I just need something that is, when somebody Googles, or not Googles my name, but when somebody looks me up, like I'm going out to give an appointment, they want to see something about business, it says credibility. So the first version of my website was just strictly to build credibility that yes, they're a real company and they have done some work and that sort of thing. And then I started doing AdWords, Google AdWords. I'd pay pay-per-click.
Yeah.
I found very quickly that your website needs to convert and not just look pretty. And so I then redid my website, basically conversion optimization, and that was a big help. I started, because Google AdWords can get very, very expensive if you're not converting, and learned that lesson the hard way. But I finally got it converting, started generating some of my leads, and it was going well. And then I guess the third phase was, it needs to convert, but we need to do some search engine optimization. We started trying to build some organic leads and presence. Something that I feel like that's the foundation. Because the thing with Google AdWords is, when you stop paying the bill, you turn it off, nothing happens. I mean, it's all gone, and everything, all that money that you've spent, there's nothing there. So I wanted to start building, kind of playing the long game a little bit. And so really started focusing on search engine optimization and presenting myself as the, authority on the subject in Kansas City, that was where we work. And so that's been kind of the third phase, and that's really been where it started to take off, is when you really start doing all of that. And now that's all I do. I don't do any pay-per-click. I don't buy any leads. It all comes organic, and we get a lot of it. And I mean, every year it's like twice as much as the year before. And so that first year, it was about survival, and I think we did, maybe $300,000, and then the next year was like 500,000, and then last year we did a little over $1 million, and I think in 2021 we should hit over 2 million. And so it just kind of it's growing really, really fast.
Yeah. So obviously, how many people did you start with? Just yourself, or?
So it was just me at first. I was doing everything, and then we brought on. Then my wife came and she started answering the phones and scheduling appointments and doing some of the books. And then I had to hire a salesperson. And then I was running basically production and sales, and then I had to hire another salesperson. And now the next step is to hire a production manager to kind of replace me there. But you just have to structure it so that you figure out all the hats that you're wearing, and you just start slowly replacing yourself one by one. It's like, okay, so I'm a salesperson, I'm the production manager, I'm doing the marketing, I'm running the books, I'm answering the phones, and you define these roles, and then you just, as you go, you start to find somebody to fill each one of those roles until they're all filled. And as a small business owner, you're always gonna wear multiple hats. I mean, I'm still wearing multiple hats. I'm still running sales and doing production. But slowly as you grow, you start to replace fill those roles with other people.
Yeah. So do you have standard operating procedures in your business? So when you step down from a particular role, the next person can just do it without having to ask too many questions.
Yeah, so that was a really big thing, because that was like my biggest weakness. I'm terrible at that. But I knew that in order to grow, that was something that was going to have to happen. And I actually got involved with a program called Breakthrough Academy. They're I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they basically are a consulting type business that for contractors. They wrote all of the SOPs for like CertaPro painters. They were like franchises. And so they helped me with a lot of the structure on this stuff, and how to basically, yes, outline each role that I'm doing, create a company flow chart and all of this. And that's been a huge help, because you really can't do it without that. And that's one of the reasons that I think I haven't grown faster, is that I knew that was a problem in my business. Is I didn't want to just hire people and not really know what to tell them to do. I needed to have a plan, and I didn't want to just hire people, because that would be a disaster too. You start hiring people, and then expect them to just figure it out. It just becomes a bigger problem. And so I wasn't comfortable really growing until I started to figure that out and put that together.
Yeah, it's a problem with a lot of small businesses that they don't do the SOPs because they keep it all in their head because they don't want someone to be smarter than them. And I find that quite it shouldn't be like that. It's quite the opposite. People should be
Right.
smarter than you.
I'm always, yes, exactly. Like, I'm a very competitive person, but like when it comes to sales, it was like I wanted to hire salespeople that are better than I am, and, yes, I want to give them all the knowledge that I have. And, but in each area, you want to try and hire, as you're replacing yourself, ideally, you want to find somebody that's better at it than you are. Because I feel like as a CEO or the leader of the business, I'm, good at everything, but not great at anything.
Yeah.
And, I could be if I only had to focus on one thing, that I could probably be great at it. But I want to hire somebody that's great at just this one thing, just bookkeeping. That's all you do is you're just really good at it. Or, sales. You don't have to worry about the production. You don't have to worry about getting the leads or marketing. You're just really good at going out and presenting the opportunity and to the homeowner and that sort of thing. And so, I think that's something that I definitely try to do, is always try to replace myself with someone better. And the other thing that I would tell people is, I hear from a lot of other business owners is they're scared to tell basically somebody everything they know because they're afraid that they'll take that knowledge and go work for somebody else or go start their own business. And I always tell people that's just it's the life cycle of business. I mean, when you hire this person, they're probably not going to retire there. It's okay. Let them come there. They're going to give you 2 to 5 years of, really hard work, and you're going to give them some education, and, it's okay to, let them go on to some bigger and better thing and just fire another one. I mean, that's just part of the deal. But a lot of people are very scared to, like, oh, if I teach them everything I know, they'll go start their own business. And I always tell people, it look how long it's taken you, 4 or 5 years to, you're that much further ahead and building the foundation and all the marketing. It's not a big deal.
No, and imitation is the best form of flattery, so they say. So
Absolutely.
yeah, so if they can, if you can give your knowledge, and which you should be doing anyway,
Right.
and if they can take that and and build a business, well, as long as they're not copying, that
Right.
that's fine. But they just take that knowledge and go.
Build an environment that, that they want to stay, but it's okay if people leave, and you've given them some education along the way.
Absolutely, absolutely. I just want to talk a little bit about moving forward. So you're at a space now where you're earning good money.
Hmm.
Um, what about the small businesses? Like, what challenges have you sort of had along the way, I guess?
Well, people, finding good people to fill those roles, I think is a big probably the biggest challenge that everyone faces as they grow. And one of the things that I've found that have helped with that is we basically profile someone. Like if I wanted to hire a production manager, for example, um, I've talked to other people within the industry that maybe have a great production manager. And I asked them, I said, hey, can I interview them? Not because I want to hire them, but to find out what they like about working for your company, and you can tell me what you like about him working for you. And so we kind of built a profile. Like, we found this guy that we talked to and asked him why he worked there. And he said he wanted to be a leader of the team. And, he was very detail oriented. We found out some of these things that he was into and that attracted him. And so then we craft an ad that would appeal to that type of person. And then as we're interviewing, we're looking for those qualities. Are you, to boil it down, we look for really good people that work hard. I mean, it's
Yeah,
as simple as it is. But, sometimes you can get caught up in, oh man, this guy is, such a, great personality, and, he's going to be so talented, and he's got this experience, but if he's not a great person, he's all about himself. He's not about the team or something like that. It's just not worth the time, effort, and energy, because it's expensive to hire someone and train them. And you put a lot of time and effort and money into that you want to get a return. And I've found that it's better I would choose I would take someone less talented that it will work hard and is a good person and I can trust over talent all day long.
Yeah, they've got to be a team player. They have to fit
Hmm.
into the team. So when you're interviewing, they have to, make that connection with,
Yeah.
you, with the team, with whomever there
We'll
is.
ask them questions like, tell me about a time where, you really struggled and you were able to overcome it and come out on the other side. Tell me about a time where you stuck with something that was difficult, and
Yeah,
try and find those people that aren't just going to quit when it gets tough, like, this is difficult, I'm going to go to something else. So we look for those type of qualities, and we're
those are
not
very
perfect,
common
but we,
questions.
we, we try to find them. That's all, all you can
Yeah,
do.
yeah, they're very common questions after interviews. I think they've been around since Noah was a boy. So
Right. Well, you say that, but I didn't know that. I mean, coming from my experience, these are things I had to learn. I mean, as a small business owner, sometimes we have our expertise. Sometimes you have someone that um, was they built something or they were a doer in the business. Like, we all come from something. Either it seems like it's either the production side or the sales side
yeah,
in the business. And so, if you were a creative person, you might do that really, really well. But as far as interviewing and hiring people, you have no idea because you've never done it before. And so for me, that's something I had to learn is what type of questions to ask and how to find the right people. And those are all just skills I've had to learn.
yeah, absolutely. And yeah, there's horses for courses, and not
Hmm.
everyone has the ability to. Well, you just can't know everything in a
Right.
business, and there are things that you need to learn all the time, and life is all about learning anyway. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Find your weaknesses and make them your strengths, work on them.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Steve, where can people find you? I know it's you're in the US, I know, but just for
Yes.
advertising purposes, you can advertise your business so that people can find
Absolutely.
you.
So online, it's www.smartextpros.com. SMARTEXTPROS.com is my company's website. And I've written a book about the different types of cladding that you can put on your home, and it's free online. You can go to my website and download it for free. On Twitter, it's at Stephen Glaze, STEVENGLAZE. And LinkedIn, same thing, Stephen Glaze, LinkedIn. So those are the places where you can find me.
Perfect. So, so your book's about cladding. Why did people need to know about different types of cladding, do you think?
Well, because I found that there are some products out there that are really good products, but they're not the most popular products. They just don't market it as well as some of the more well-known products. Like, um, there's a great PVC product out there. Fiber cement is somewhat of a product that not everyone knows about. Everybody knows wood and vinyl. And so I felt like, and aluminum, steel. So there's a lot of different products out there. And I just felt like somebody needed to explain, the pros and cons. And that's the thing is a lot of companies, they only sell one product. So they're going to tell you like, this is the best and they're all the other ones are terrible. And we sell all of the different products. We have our favorites, but we do sell all different products. And so I felt like from an unbiased standpoint of just, this is the pros of this product, this is the cons. And there's no one product that has all pros and no cons. It's just what's best for your situation and your home. And so it was written in that way. It's not to push you towards any one type of product. It's just, this is based on, my experience, installers experience, manufacturers I've talked to. These are the, pros and cons, features and benefits of each product. And I think people appreciate the unbiased opinions on these
Yep.
products, and it's informative.
Yep. So it's only available on your website, or can people buy it elsewhere?
It's also available on Amazon, but just a little, pro tip, you can go to my website and get it for free.
Yeah, it's a good pro tip.
Right.
All right, Steve. Well, thank you so much for talking with me today. It's been a joy to meet you, actually.
You too. Thank you so much.
All right, you have a great night.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.